Hello and welcome back to Bookmarked Chronicles. Today I'm doing my November TBR. So I had a very specific plan for what I wanted to read this month, and then my TBR got completely fucking wrecked. So that plan went out the window and I'm kind of just reading a bunch of random shit this month. The first book that I will be reading is Forging a Nightmare. I was supposed to read this for Black Weenathon, but I didn't get to it. Also, this book is chunkier than I expected it to be. I had attempted to listen to this previously on audio. I realized that I needed to do a blended read, so I am going to do that. I actually have started it. I'm 5 chapters in and I'm very intrigued. This is about an FBI special agent who is tracking down a serial killer who is going after people who have been born with 12 fingers and 12 toes. And there are paranormal elements to it as well. There's a lot going on, but it is very interesting and I am so interested to see how this goes. I do think that I'm really going to enjoy this. This is also the book that Vina recommended to me for my 12 Recs by 12 Friends, and I'm so excited to get to it. The next book that I will be reading is a 5-star prediction and one that I'm very late to getting around to, but I'm finally going to read Amari and the Night Brothers. I know, I'm super fucking late. Book 2's already out. We're ignoring all of those facts. I am really excited to read this. This is a middle grade where we follow a young girl named Amari. Her older brother goes missing and she's trying to figure out what happens to him. And in the midst of all that, she gets wrapped up in the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, whatever that means. This book was gifted to me by Dasha and I'm really excited to finally get to it. If I like it, I will be picking up book 2 ASAP. The next book that I will be reading is Bound. This is the final book in the Spider's Mate trilogy by Tiffany Roberts. I have a drunk book review of the first book, Ensnared, and surprisingly, I liked it. I also liked book 2, so this is the finale. I'm excited to finally be able to finish it. I've been updating Kendall and Nicole as I read through them, so I'm excited to see how it all ends. I have predictions, so I'm interested to see if I'm actually right. In the first book, Ensnared, we are following a Rex, which is an alien spider species dude. He comes across a human who he eventually falls in love with, but they have to overcome a bunch of obstacles like language barriers, the fact that she's on this weird planet that she didn't know existed and doesn't know what she can and cannot eat, has to learn how to survive and all that fun stuff. This series was the first time that I read an alien romance, so I didn't know what to expect or if I was gonna like it, but I did. So who knows, maybe I will enjoy more. Speaking of which, that leads me to one book that I have to read this month that I tried to get out of. I thought that Bree was gonna forget about it, but she didn't. So I will be reading Planet Barbarians with Bree and maybe Nicole and Heather. I got talked into this on one of Heather's lives. I thought Bree forgot. She reminded me, so it's happening. On the bright side though, I'm also making Robin read it as payback for making me read The Other Black Girl last month, so I'm super excited about this. In this, we are following a group of women who have been kidnapped and then they crash land on an ice planet, and then all of the women end up being paired up with the aliens and whatever. Heather, I think, said something about reading the first 5 books. I didn't agree to that. I agreed to the first book. So I'm gonna read that one and we will see. Will I like it? Maybe. I didn't think I was gonna like Ensnared, but I did. So who knows? And the last book that I am planning to read this month is Bloodmarked by Tracy Dion. This is book 2 in the Legendborn cycle. Now, if you have been here for a minute or if you follow me on Twitter, then you know that I did read Legendborn and I didn't necessarily love it. I believe I rated it 4 stars. I do have a review, so I'll link that in the cards and in the description. However, the more that I think about it, the more that I want to lower my rating. For me personally, I do not understand the appeal of Cell. I don't get it. I really don't. I also just did not like the fact that essentially the foundation of Bree's story is racism and generational trauma. However, I was curious and I told the group chat that I would read Bloodmarked, and now I kind of regret that. However, shout out to Vina. She got an arc of the book for me, so I did not have to buy it myself, and I will be updating them as I go along. I will also be doing a drunk book review when I finish. So, am I excited to read it? No. Do I think it will be an experience? Absolutely. Stay tuned for that review. I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Might piss off a few people, but hey, I do that pretty much every day. So, those are all the books that I'm planning to read in November. Not what I was planning on at all, but I think it'll be at least an interesting reading month, if not a good reading month. That's good enough for me. Let me know if you've read any of these or if they are on your TBR. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.